Hello everybody, hello and welcome. We are live from the comfort of my own home. You get to have a little sneak peek into my office just while we're waiting for everyone to join us. I'm Catherine Newton, of course, and you are here to learn SureFire Ways to get more clients so you can make more money doing what you love, which is exactly what I love to do as well. So let me introduce you to my vision board behind me. Absolutely wouldn't be without my vision board. In fact, I've just created a new one too, so I'm excited about that. Go ahead and make yourself at home here. Hope you've got yourself a cup of tea. I've got myself a nice big glass of water. So welcome everybody. Welcome. It's exciting to have you here to join us on live and in person. And this is an opportunity for you to really connect into this time for you. I know that you probably had a really busy day, and no doubt this is quality time for you just now. So I invite you to resist the art of multitasking and give yourself this gift of being right here, right now. And you're going to want to take a lot of notes. Promise to give you some good information. This is a great training that has really helped me in my business once I mastered these tips that I'm going to be teaching you tonight. And my intention for you is that you will have an opportunity to really integrate these in just while we're getting started. And I know it's so cool, isn't it, Julie? It's really cool. It's like you really get to see me in person. It's very cool. Yeah, I'm excited that you are here. So I can see your chat. So you go ahead and connect in. Also, you'll see in the just there, we've got the lovely Lara joining us, and she is my admin person. And so those of you that have the luxury of joining us live, you'll be able to get your questions answered by Lara. She's also a marketing specialist. That's why she's on my team. Very, very lucky. Just welcome those of you that are coming in. I just want to give you a moment just to kind of connect in. I know that for many of you, this is probably your first Google Hangout. And if it is, you can see that actually it's quite a fun way to learn, isn't it? I don't know about you, but gosh, it's wild and windy outside, and so what better way to enjoy some more training than at home or listening to this later if you're listening to this on the recording. I will be making this available to people. Depending on how I go, actually, so we'll make a decision at the end of it. Maybe you can help me out and let me know how I go with this. This is a fun way to learn. It was interesting. I was actually reading an article the other day in Success magazine, and they were reinforcing the fact that those that succeed in business are the ones that are willing to take time out to train, to learn more. And I think it's awesome to know that, tonight or today when you're listening to this webinar, you get to tick a box that you are educating yourself on how to grow your business. Because let's face it, doing business is something, it comes from your heart, right? You love doing this. This is what you're passionate about. But sometimes you just need a little bit of a kick up the butt. Would I be right in saying that? You need some accountability. You need someone to talk to. You need someone to give you some guidance. And feel like I've put in my hours, and I've reached my level of mastery now when it comes to getting clients and making money in my business. And I'm excited to share this information with you. So yeah, it's great to have you there. Great to have you on the call, Maria. Hi, Maria. Hi, Brad. Hi, Michelle. It's Rosemary, Lynette, Julie, Lara. Awesome. Lots of people coming on. Feel free to come on and say hi. And to connect in and perhaps even tell people a little bit about your business because I know that you can do a bit of multitasking at the same time. You're clever, right? But not too much, right? So turn off your Facebook and turn off your emails, and put your phone away and get your pen and paper, and we're going to launch into this training. So what I'm going to do with this training is that I'm going to flick between the PowerPoint slides and me. And that way you get I'd like to think you get the best of both worlds. You get to see the slides, and you also get to connect into me. Now, remember, if you have any questions, feel free to put them into the chat box, and we will be monitoring those questions, and we can go ahead and you can really just enjoy taking this information, knowing that you're in very good hands. So you are here tonight to learn more about the SureFire ways to get more clients so you can make more money doing what you love. And the truth is that you guys, many of you know me already, and you know that it is ultimately my mission to help more people, and to help you take your genius out. So that you can find your purpose. And let me guess that business has been going okay for a while. You started out with a great idea, a passion, huge doses of optimism and loads of energy to drive your business. But as the days roll into weeks and months and years, that the idea of hustling constantly, it's potentially burnt through your energy and makes you want to hide under the covers in the morning. And maybe you've even started to wonder what your purpose actually is, and are you on the right path? Maybe if you keep plodding on, you'll get to that money and lifestyle you want eventually. But if you're looking to fast track your path to a business that produces the money to support the lifestyle of the dreams, then you come to the right place. We're going to walk you through what you can do to stop you from hitting that income ceiling, and actually get those clients that you actually want. And by doing so, what we're going to do is introduce you to what you're going to learn tonight, which is obviously how to get more clients, how you can create success in your business, and what you need to do to get started. So these are some of the trinkets that you're in for tonight. As far as when it comes to knowing about me, well, I'm a very heart-centered, compassionate entrepreneur. I've been in business now for 7 years. Had my 7th birthday anniversary on July the 4th, and that date was actually chosen on purpose. July the 4th was the date of Independence Day, and I thought, what, I'm going to build a business so I can gain my independence, so I can find my freedom. And that's exactly what I've been privileged enough to do. And I've really enjoyed, showing up in my business for my clients and showing up for myself in a big way too. I have, over the years, trained as a law of attraction practitioner. I've come from a teaching background. In fact, I can even give you the rundown on that. So that you know a bit more about me. Come from teaching. It really is where my heart is, and so for me to get in front of audience of people is just an absolute no-brainer. And then I ran my own practice, life coaching it was actually, after I got my law of attraction practitioner certificate. And but then I closed my life coaching business to actually mentor other people who are running their own businesses, because I kept having people come to me and say, how did you do that? How did you build a business so fast in this online and offline world? And to me, success isn't just about having money. It's about a life that is also abundant and having your dreams come true, finding your purpose and living to your full potential. And that's exactly what I love to do. I love to work with business owners and sales professionals and leaders from around the globe, and I teach them what I know about authentic sales and marketing and business. And by doing so, it allows me to be able to really step in fully into my purpose and fully into what I'm here for. And along the way, I've been lucky enough to get myself an award or two, you could say. I've actually got just behind me, you'll see there, is my Quilly Award that I got for co-authoring the book Think and Grow Rich Today. And so I've been very, very lucky to have been gifted that, and it's one of the things I want to talk to you a bit about today, about one of the strategies that's going to be helpful for you to be able to grow your business and to actually make more money, reaching your target audience, as much as you possibly can. so that you can get that, so that you can get that credibility, and so that you can kind of step into that fullest potential. I've also been lucky enough to have been featured on America's. I was going to say America's Got Talent. No, that's not true. It was a show about experts, and I was pitched as a mindset and marketing expert on those channels and in those magazines. So it was real cool for me. But I guess the key to it all is my why. This is my why. This is what it's all about for me. I just absolutely adore my teenagers, and yes, sometimes they can be, the typical teenagers, but they're my reason. I've got one of them out there, and the other one's in Paris at the moment, so she's very, very blessed. It's important for us to remember our why, isn't it? That's the thing that's going to push us forward. And what we know to be true, right, as entrepreneurs, is that, or as business owners, or those of you who've got an idea about creating a business, is that we need to have a why. So before I wrap into the content for you tonight, we've got a little poll for you, which is very exciting. And what we can do for you is, let me just see if I can get this thing started. I'm going to ask Lara to go ahead and put in the details for the poll. So Lara, I'll let you go ahead and do that, hun. Well, and then she'll make it go live. But it's the question I want to ask you about your business, about the level of business that you're in. So Lara, I'm trusting that you can hear me, and if you go ahead and put that poll together, then that'll be fan-jolly-tastic. If not, then technology's got the better of us, so that's okay. Actually, I should just say, just very quickly, we are at the whim of the internet service here in New Zealand, and it is wet and wild outside. So if I do happen to drop out, then we're just going to go with it. I invite you to stay on the line, and I will come back to you as soon as possible. But I'm hoping that will not happen, and we won't actually have to go through that. So just check in. While Lara is hopefully creating this poll, let's just check in with you, because this is what we're here for. We're here for you. We're here to help you to get a deeper level of understanding. And does this fit with you? Do you want to be living your purpose? Do you want to be attracting more clients so you can help more people? Do you want to be increasing your income? And do you want to be charging ahead in your life and get more of what you want for the rest of 2014 and beyond? Well, the way to do that is imagine this. Imagine yourself. Allow yourself just to sit back for a minute and really put yourself in the scene. Imagine your income is increased, so you're making more than enough. You attract clients who are committed to taking action. You have credibility and visibility out there. And you're serving more of the right clients, plus you're considered to be the go-to person in your niche. That's where we want you to be, because that ultimately is where the business starts to really happen for you. That's where things really start to come together. And that's what I noticed in my business when I started to become known as the go-to expert in my industry. And I started to get speaking engagements, and I started to have people refer me, and the word of mouth engine started to work. Social media started to kick in. So the great thing about business is that you get to practice all these fabulous skills, and along the way you get to be better and better and better at it. So your job now, of course, is to be committed for the journey ahead. And I remember saying once to a speaker, I was attending the National Speakers Association at the time. I remember going up to a speaker and I said to him, so you're out there, you're making it, you're getting invitations to speak all around the world. How long did it take you? And he said it took me 4 years. And at the time, I was 3 years into my business, but I didn't feel like I was really ready. You know what I mean by that. I wasn't really doing it full time. I was kind of part time. I wasn't really going for it. But now, of course, I understand that you do something with vigor with enthusiasm and with commitment, and it's going to happen a lot faster. And I guess that's why I'm in your life. You know, on some level, you have summoned this evening in, you've called in this information, and you know, there's that part of you that wants to fast track. You don't want to do it slowly. There's a part of you that's really frustrated, and it's like, can we just get there already? Well, I'm going to teach you some things tonight that's going to help you get there. So yeah, it looks like the poll is good to go. So the poll has been launched. So my suggestion to you is go on over to the poll, which is just apparently on the side of your screen. And I'm not going to say left or right because I don't know which side it is for you guys. And those of you that are live, you can take part in this poll about which phrase best suits you within your business. And while we're doing that, I'm going to launch you in with the statement of this. And if my eyes keep wandering, it's only because I'm actually having to cut between screens. So I'm doing my best at wearing my technology hat. It's one of the things actually about doing business, isn't it? Is that you actually have to learn a lot of skills very quickly. You know, here was me. I came from a background where I was a teacher, and I was lucky enough to rock up, you know, at the beginning of every school year, and hello, there was a room full of children sitting there. I didn't have to do any marketing. I didn't have to do any sales. I just had to be me, and you know, be the best I could be for the students. But then I realised, of course, that you know, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Ultimately, I wanted to get out there and do something different. And so this is the journey that's led me, along with my 9 years of sales and marketing experience that I had in my business that I ran with my husband at the time, and lots of little other opportunities and hobbies that I did along the side that have taught me these tips that I'm going to be teaching you tonight. So go ahead and answer the poll, and then what we'll do is we will share those. I understand that you can go ahead and vote, which is pretty exciting. So okay, we'll work with that. Excellent. Okay, cool. So here's a thought. Here's a thought. There are very few challenges in business that can't be solved by getting a couple of sales. Would you agree with that? I know I totally agree with that. It certainly gives the energy of success, doesn't it, when we get a couple of clients. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to set an intention. So I invite you to set an intention. I'm very big on setting intentions. Those of you that work with me will know exactly what I'm talking about here. But take a moment to set an intention about getting those couple of sales. And you might start out with something like this. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am blessed to have gained at least a couple of sales in my business in the next, and what would you say, 7 days, 14 days, whatever it is for you, okay? You might even say the next day. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm blessed to have at least a couple of sales in my business in the next X amount of days. Okay, so start off with that. I love intentions. I absolutely adore them. They work incredibly well. And you should see me on a daily basis. I'm writing intentions and scripts all over the place because I just believe that it's possible to start your day, to manifest your day in exactly the way that you want to. Okay, cool. So we've got some of the poll has come in, which is really cool. So it looks like what we've got is 60% of you at this stage have answered the quiz. You're business owners who are just starting out, so welcome to you guys. I know the steep learning curve you're on. My first piece of advice to you is just take a deep breath and relax and know that you're in very good hands, promise you. All right, so the next one is you've been in business for a while now. Where did the years go? Oh yeah, I can relate to that one too. This 35% of you are in that scenario, and 5% of you are in a JOB. I don't know if you've heard that term, but we got it from the E-Myth. He calls it just over broke, so I don't know. You can take that how you like, but I can see that's great. You're ready to start living your purpose, which is absolutely magnificent. So let's rip into what you're here to learn today. I'm going to be really inviting you to, as I said before, to take some really good notes, and I'm going to zip you through the 3 steps to getting more clients. And my intention for you during this time that we have together is I don't want to keep you too long, but if you've got lots of questions, I'll stay on the call as long as you've got questions, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you learn how you can get more clients in your business. And you know, to get you past that place of being scared of being seen, or that you need to go it alone, or you know that your mind's stuck in that you know current money story that you're in. And if you have any of those kind of questions coming up as we go through, then feel free to add it in. So it's just fantastic to have you here. The first thing that what we want to be having you really concentrating on within your business. Let me just bring it up, and so that you can see it, is yes, you must be building connections. Now, I wonder if you know what I mean by that. Within your business, the more connections you can build with your clients, the better it gets. And the truth is, if you're starting off with no clients, the very best thing to do is to start educating people in a selected target market. You know, you have to identify who exactly I should say you want to serve. Do you want to serve mums? Do you want to serve people with health challenges? Do you want to serve those who are needing marketing advice? What is it around you and your expertise? So it's really important to identify into that select market. And of course, you know, what you need to be doing is you need to be really stepping into asking about your ideal clients. The thing is that you need to start by going down the list that's on the left, the age, the gender, the relationship status, the children, the location, and the occupation and industry that they're in. The reason that you do that one first is because it helps you get really quite specific. And the more specific you can be, the better. And you know what? It's really interesting because I resisted for the longest time with my ideal target audience. And I was like, I can help everybody. I just know I can. There's no limits. But the truth is that the more people that, the more able you are to niche yourself, the easier it is to market, easier it is to speak to your audience, that you know exactly where to be seen, you know how to connect with people, you know what kind of advertising to do. And so that's really important. So I hope you're writing these down. The other areas, of course, are the right-hand column, which is once you've answered the ones on the left-hand side, then go ahead and answer the ones on the right-hand side. And these are the ones that are what we call intangibles. They are the hobbies, the interests, the you know, the beliefs that they have, the spirituality or religious beliefs that they have, to what stage of life they're in. Basically, your job really is to get to know them and to really find out what their fears are. And then the cool thing is that once you've been able to do that, then you can start speaking to them. Then you can start educating them. Then you can start really zoning in on you know, what keeps them up at night. You know, what is that thing that wakes them up at 2 or 3 in the morning going, I wish I had that sorted. And if you have the ability to solve their problem, then honey, you're in business. You know, it's really becomes as simple as that. But there's no good on you for you just sitting at home on the you know, the other side of your computer and not actually getting out there. You've got to go out there and build those connections. But how do you know where to go until you've actually defined who they are? You know, you might spend, you know, thousands of dollars on networking events or on going to conferences or seminars or events of some kind. But if it's not your ideal target audience, then you're actually going to be wasting your time. And let's face it, as someone who's building their business or stepping into their purpose, time is of an essence. Time is a very, very valuable commodity, and I want you to really respect your time for yourself. So I'll put those back up there so you can see those again, just to make sure that you've got those written down. We will be sending out the recording too, but that's something for you to think about. So the other aspect of, you know, once you've identified your ideal clients, you can start to go much, much deeper. The truth is that why what happens here is that you actually start to really teach people why you are different than any other person in your industry as well. You know, don't be afraid to really identify into what makes you unique, and we'll be talking a little bit about that in a minute. So the other aspect that I want to introduce you to around connections. I'm sorry you're in there with all the background stuff. I haven't quite sold that. Oh, you know what? I can do things live. Look at this. I can do anything. Look at that. That was perfect. Gosh, I just love modern technology these days. Awesome. So it's really important that you have a connection with self. And truly, there is no greater personal development process you can go through than to be in business for yourself. I know you'd agree with that. And then, interestingly enough, your couple dealing, growing a business with dealing with your love relationship, and you've got yourself an absolute double winner. The more you can know yourself, the more you can understand what your capabilities are. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where do you need support? Where are you tolerating certain behaviours about yourself? Where can you take responsibility for your actions in business? I tell you, the clients that I work with, I would say 95% of the time, what happens is that you end up coming from that place of being controlled by the mindset, right? So the more you know yourself and you know what you can and can't do, you have that deep sense of belief in yourself, then the stronger things are going to be in business for you. As I said at the beginning of the call, it's about enthusiasm, it's about confidence, and it's about you fully showing up. And to know yourself better, truly, the more personal development you can do. I know that you're busting at the seams to educate yourself on all of the multitude of trainings that you need for your marketing in your business, social media and copywriting and the Facebook and the LinkedIn and all of those kinds of things. But yeah, absolutely, I can hand on heart tell you that I've built my business primarily through building relationships, which has meant me believing in me believing in my ability to get out there and to really capture my audience, I guess, to build that really heartfelt understanding. I keep forgetting where the camera is, so excuse my eyes from going up and down. I'm trying to make sure I connect in with you guys, right? Yeah, so I like to think I've done a really good job of understanding myself, and I've done a lot of training personally, and of course one of my favourite courses that I run is my Thinking into Results Mastermind, where people come on board to get that professional development training, but also it's basically about your personal self, which is really fantastic. So the other aspect of yourself that we want you to be really connected into is, and I'm going to have to do that fancy thing again I did just before where I fixed the template, is your connection with source. What do I mean by that? What I mean by source is for you to connect in daily, to meditate, to go for walks, and to really, to feel abundant and grateful in the moment that you're out walking and you're looking at the blue sky, or you're looking at the grass and you're just seeing this beautiful abundance around you, to journal, to write, to do whatever you need to do to really feel yourself as if you've got a connection to support, that other part of you that is really conscious. And what I mean by source is I mean your higher self. Maybe it's God for you, maybe it's your angels, maybe it's your ancestors, whatever it is for you. Find time every day to connect in. And I think one of the greatest gifts that I learnt very early on is the art of stopping and slowing down and meditating. And I know with hand on heart that if things are becoming overwhelming in my business, I know part of it's because I've lost my connection to source, to self. And so I will make sure that I stop what I'm doing and I'll go for that walk, or I will go and meditate, or I'll make sure I start my day with meditation. The other thing that I'm really, really big on, if you want to get connected with yourself and with source, is that I believe in the process of guided writing. And every day for 25 minutes, you may see on my business Facebook page. And Lara, I wonder if you could put my business Facebook page up in the chat if if you are able to, just for people to go in and see that one of my new habits is this 25 minutes of guided writing a day. And what I mean by guided writing is you literally take out your favourite journal and you ask yourself a question, or ask Source a question. What is it you would have me do? Or what is it you want me to know today? Or what business idea should I launch? Or it's amazing what happens when you take time to connect to a source. I can tell you, I have not grown my business by myself. Yes, I've surrounded myself with experts and mentors and coaches, but I've also made sure that I have connected with source. And the reason I knew to do that was because back in, I think it was around 2006 when I read The Secret, I also was very interested in Abraham Hicks. Of course, they're the experts in the law of attraction. And what they taught me was that 1 hour of spiritual practice a day is equal to 7 hours of doing. Now, I'm not saying you need to go and sit yourself up on a hill and meditate like a monk for an hour a day, but what I am saying is that guided writing and visualizing and looking at your vision board, for example, and meditating are all part of the spiritual practice that I bring into my life, that I connect in, which helps me to connect in more to myself and to my clients. And that has been probably, I would say, one of the contributing factors to the success in my business. So allow yourself to be able to, to connect in with yourself in that regard. So are you doing that now? Are you connecting in with source? And I just wondered, Lara, would you be a honey, and would you go ahead and create a poll? I know you're doing lots of things and I really appreciate it. Would you go ahead and create a poll? I just want to just find out, of the people that are with us, do you take time to connect with source? And I mean either guided writing or meditating, and perhaps give them a yes or a no, because I'd be quite interested to know if my audience are open and aware to that. Hopefully I've brought in the right kind of people to be able to do that. So the next step we must move into, of course, is credibility. You realize that the more credibility you have, the better it gets too, right? The more you tell your story and your truth, and the more people can help you. The more people you can help. Me showing up here live and unrehearsed and as I am, this is part of what what's important to be doing in regards to you helping and growing your business as well, right? So to really check into that, and to really just realize that I want you to sit too with not buying into your story about that you're not good enough, or that you're not credible enough, or you're not wise enough, because you know what? And I'm bringing myself back on for this little statement. I want to look at you when I say this. You're jolly well awesome. You're awesome just as you are. When was the last time you remembered to be kind to yourself and remind yourself that actually you do okay? Going out there and building your business, it has moments where it's incredibly hard work. I'll be the first to admit and to tell you that. But you're doing it for a reason. You're doing it because you can't imagine yourself doing anything else. It's what you're here on this planet for. And you are good enough. You do have enough experience. Look at all the training that you've got behind you. Look at all the years that you've spent studying around this and learning about it. All that needs to happen now is that you need to start telling your story to a wider audience. Telling your story on videos, telling your story on Facebook, telling your story through blogs, telling your story through article writing, through standing up on stages and sharing your story. There's so many different ways that you can gain credibility. One of the ways that I did it, of course, I teamed up with some other leading experts and we created the book Think and Grow Rich Today. That in itself has given me credibility. You could become an author of an e-book. You can put something up on Kindle. There are a multitude of ways that you can gain credibility in your business, and we are in a very, very blessed generation that there's never been a better time for you to become more credible in your business. And I know that you know this, but it's actually about getting out of your own way, isn't it? It's about you realizing that what you really need to be doing is actually just saying, you know what, I am good enough. You might be interested to know that in the book by Malcolm Gladwell, he spoke about you being an expert or being at mastery status by the time you've conducted 10,000 hours. Well, I listened to a TED Talk recently, and that myth has been busted. You know what? It might take you 10,000 hours if you do it the hard way, or you do it the slow way, you do it that way by yourself. But you surround yourself with like-minded people who are on the same path as you. You immerse yourself in the learning. You bury yourself in extensive training. You get yourself an awesome mentor or coach. And a support team of a mastermind around you, and the truth is that you could hit 4,000 hours and you could be credible. So why don't you take a moment for yourself and calculate? They do say that it's approximately 1,000 hours to a year that you spend working on your credibility. So count how many hours of freaking credibility you've got, and then don't tell me that you're not credible. Don't tell me that you're not good enough. Because what did I say before? You're awesome. I want you to remember that. And I'm not just saying that. It's something that I say to myself on a daily basis. I look myself in the mirror and I say, Catherine, you're awesome. You've got this. You can do this. And it really helps me. It's just one of my little quirky tips. I hope that that helps you too. Starting my day off with that kind of level of enthusiasm helps me to feel credible within myself. So that you don't get yourself caught up in worrying about what other people are putting on Facebook and who seems to be putting out more information than you are, or launching more products, or reaching a wider audience. Let go of your competition, guys. It's just not going to serve you. All you can do is be you. Your clients are going to turn up and show up and make sure that what you do is you let your clients know who you are. And be real, be open, be willing to, to get credibility, be willing to put on a webinar like this. Do you think I knew how to do this before I did it? Absolutely no way. The first time I put on a webinar like this, it was all hands to the deck teaching me how to do it. And it's only by the doing, it's by the practical. So here's a tip for how to get credible. And get yourself out there and get your story out there, is choose which area is your genius. Do you love the coaching? Do you love speaking? Do you love writing? Do you love creating? What is it that's really your area of genius that you tap into? And then set yourself a date for launching something that is in your genius, right? So here we have here tonight a webinar. And this webinar was put together out of a growing interest for people who wanted to know more about getting more clients. So I heard what my clients were saying. I asked them questions. I said to them, what are the biggest challenges you're having? Where do you need support? How can I be of service? You see, I know where my audience are, and I know how to connect into them. And then the next step for you, of course, is to find out what's their biggest challenge and what do they need. And then go ahead and set yourself a date. Yes, feel the fear and do it anyway. Set yourself a date for a webinar. Set yourself a date for a video series. Set yourself a date for finishing that ebook. Set yourself a date for launching that website. Set yourself a date for recording an audio, for launching your first podcast. See, these are all the areas that you can become an expert. And I don't even care what business you are in. You, my friends, if you're in business or you're in the process of being in business, your job is to educate, inspire, and inform your audience. Educate, inspire, and inform. And if you are not doing those things, then business is going to take much, much longer. So allocate a certain amount of time every day. And when I first got started, I was allocating at least 4 hours a day for marketing. And marketing could be, the writing, could be the speaking, it could be the video creation, it could be, any of the things that are actually going to be having you get yourself out there in front of more people and have them learning about you. So we've got the poll back now, so this is really interesting. Do you take time to connect to source was the question. 71% of you do. 26% of you don't, and 3% want to know more. So that's interesting statistics, and thank you for your openness and honesty there. That's really helpful for me to understand you better. And for those of you that do, then it's such a incredible thing, isn't it, when you learn how to do this, and perhaps part of the trainings that I can offer as part of my mastermind group, which I'm going to tell you about a little bit later, that I will be putting in some motivational information about how you can connect into source, because I think that that in itself is a bit of an art, but once you do, then you will go. So when it comes to those, building that credibility again, remember your story is the most powerful and valuable lesson and weapon. So share your success stories, share your stress to success story, your failure to fabulous. Share a story of something that people can actually relate to. Then you make them an offer. And there's only one way to make money in business, and that's to make an offer. So get over your money stuff, people. Stop making it about yourself, and realize that the more you offer, the more people you can help. The truth is, your cash flow is directly related to the amount of value-added offers you make to your target audience. Your offer, it must solve a problem, and your job, of course, is to turn it from a need to a want. You need to be able to have them want your product, because let's face it, the first goal of any marketing program, and this is why you're getting out there and building some credibility, is to generate leads. You want to activate a targeted portion of your overall market who's raised their hand to hear and learn more from you. They're volunteering to learn more. It doesn't mean they're ready to buy. It just means that they're ready to listen. So it's your responsibility to give them something worth listening to. And then, of course, if you go ahead and you create a marketing sequence that gets sent out automatically, and you use automated tools and you develop systems and sequences that leverage the opportunity for your client to know you, like you, and trust you and buy from you, then you're onto a winning formulation. And this irresistible offer that you've got, when someone sees what you're offering, it should be really compelling for them. Okay. So you could offer, for example, a free breakthrough strategy session where you get to evaluate your clients. You get to evaluate how they're showing up. I find that a great way, and this is especially if you're starting out in business or you're looking to get more clients, is to have that breakthrough session. Please don't call it a coaching session in the first interim, because what will happen is that they will, if it's a coaching session, they're going to have an expectation for you to be able to solve a problem for them in that time frame. But the truth is that what you want to be able to do in that complimentary session is you want to be able to, or consultation or phone call, you want to be able to build rapport, and you want to help start to have them answer questions that they have about, so what is it they're looking for, and what's their vision, and what's holding them back from actually reaching this, and where would they be in 6 months' time if they had what they wanted. There's a series of questions that you can ask. Once you know what your ideal clients' stresses and challenges are, then you can create an offer. And I absolutely love creating offers. They're one of my favourite things to do as far as packages, right? So I love teaching people how to create packages. They've got to be irresistible. They've got to be in a way that they're not overwhelming for your clients, so not too many offers, okay? In fact, I've learned along the way that one offer is almost better than three. Why? Because a confused client doesn't buy. And that, my friends, is the truth, and I've learned that the hard way, where sometimes I put way too many offers in front of people, and only because I know I can help them. It's like, my greatest joy is helping people, and so, and I bet yours is too. But the truth is that that if you put an offer in front of them that is, compelling, and an offer in front of them that they're really going to be able to relate to, then it just makes it so much easier. And I also find too that before your ideal client turns up, it's really awesome if you educate them. So educate them on, for example, on your website, you might put, put together 7 questions that, let's just say that you're a personal trainer, okay? Let's just take that as an example. So you should put together 7 questions, like I'm thinking like an ebook or an opt-in or a free something on your website, the 7 things that everyone should know before hiring a personal trainer. Or maybe it's 6 costly mistakes to avoid when hiring a personal trainer, or 8 misconceptions that to avoid when hiring a personal trainer. Things like that. It doesn't matter what the number is. There's no real rhyme or reason around me throwing those numbers in. It just has to feature your knowledge, right? So this is what we say. This is about your credibility still, and then go ahead and post it on your Facebook. Go and put it on where your audience are. Now, I know that predominantly my audience are on Facebook, so that's where I hang out. I'm sure a lot of my audience are on LinkedIn, but it's not where I focus my energy. It's not where I focus my time. The key thing is to have that irresistible offer and educate people, and then build that trust and rapport in the place that they are at, right? So I'm going to make a little assumption here, that in order for you to build credibility, that you, as a service provider or in the industry that you're in, your service is pretty crash hot, right? So that is absolutely key. You'll get credibility, and the word of mouth machine will start to really move when people know and see how much you care. So obviously, if you're launching your business, one of the key things I recommend that you focus on is the customer experience, so that the testimonials are awesome. More testimonials you can get, the better, and they go on your website too, because then that means that you stand out from the crowd, which is exactly what you want to do, right? We want you to be that go-to expert in your area. So okay, so the next one, so we've had so far, step 1, we've had connection, and that's with clients, with self, and with source. Step 2, we've had credibility, and we've talked about the story, your story, and about meeting your clients' needs so that you can become that go-to expert. And within that, we've shared around how your key scenario is to, for example, put together a complimentary strategy session or a breakthrough session or some kind of a free thing that then leads into you creating an offer, putting an offer in front of them that's irresistible, and then giving that quality of customer care that's going to mean and service, right? And getting your expertise out there, and getting known for you to be able to be this amazing referral machine. In fact, one of the other ways that you gain credibility in business is that you help others promote their business. I found that that's worked incredibly well. In fact, I wonder if you can relate to this. Sometimes in business it's actually easier to promote someone else's business than it is to promote your own. Okay, so if that's the case, then this leads us into number 3, which I'm going to dive into and share. Just bear with me while I just get that ready. So I'm going to dive in and share the third one with you, which is around surrounding yourself with champions, right? So champions are those people around you that have got your back. They are the people that believe in you. They are the people that love your work. They are the people that really want to help support you to grow to be the best you can be. But it's also the key people around you who are here to help you grow. The truth is, you can't do it on your own. No one does, and no one should. There's absolutely no need to, because the truth is that support really is here. And I'm a great believer that what you want is already here. If you look around you, you already have champions. You already have people that totally believe in what you do. You already have people that are here to support you in a bigger way, perhaps even than what you are allowing them to help you with. one of the things you can do in your pursuit of surrounding yourself with champions is to ask. And that's part of the 3-2-1 strategy that you may have had a chance to have had a look at in the one of the teachings that I do. And the 3-2-1 philosophy is simply number 3. So it's make 3 phone calls a day. Sorry, I had to think about my formula for a minute. Call 3 clients a day. And champion yourself to do that, right? Because I promise you, you pick up the phone and you make that first phone call and it'll just start to flow. It really, really will. I'm not talking about cold calling, because if you're following the steps that I'm recommending to you tonight, there's no need for cold calling. You really want to be making sure that what you're doing is you're building warm leads. And how are you doing that is that you're taking the steps I mentioned before around getting out there and telling a story, about being seen, about writing articles and blogs and Facebook posts, and being on video or speaking at events or co-authoring something. Yes, I'm talking about you putting in time and effort, but trust me, if you're serious about building a business, you want to do those things so that when you make that phone call, it's not a case of this is a cold call. It's a case of, yes, I remember you. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad you called. Now, wouldn't it be lovely if you had that kind of response on the end of the phone call? And if you're just starting out, then maybe those 3 phone calls can be to people that you could potentially joint venture with. Or maybe you could reach out to those 3 people and you could say, how can I be of service to you and your business? What is it that you need? What are you looking for right now? And you can become a bit of a networking genius in the process. I highly recommend that tactic too. So the second one is that I encourage you to attend at least 2 networking meetings per month. And this will help you surround yourself with champions, because what will happen is over a period of time is that you will gather a group of people around you who you can talk business with or connect in with, or who are really interested in what you do. And of course, the more that you can have that happen, the better. You know, you've got to start somewhere. You've got to build your network somewhere. And I know that in all of the years I've been networking, I would say I've been probably networking for about 5 years in this particular business, and it's really been in the last 2 years that it's really taken off. But it's a lot of that's because I've learnt that if I want to surround myself with champions, I've got to put myself forward, and I've got to make those phone calls or make those connections or meet that person for coffee or ask them, how can I be of service to you? Because honestly, you ask that one question to someone you're sitting across the table from, and watch them open up to you. Watch them suddenly get to know you, like you, and trust you even more. And number 1, of course, is the taking the person out for dinner or lunch, I should say, or a coffee or a wine, who knows more than you do. Yes, someone who is more successful than you, someone who was already a champion in their own right. So that's the 3-2-1 formula. 3 was for 3 calls or connections with clients a day. 2 is 2 networking events, and 1 is calling up 1 person a month and inviting them out for coffee or lunch or to connect. And your job in that one with that 1 person each month is to not make it about you. Not at all. You make it about them. You just stay in the question. Keep asking questions, and they will think you're the most interesting person in the world. Trust me, that's how I got my relationship with George Ross across the line like I did. When I met him, I just made it all about him and about his charity, and it created this wonderful rapport between us, which was just fantastic. So less about you and more about them. Less talking and more actually listening. The more you can listen in, the more respected you'll be, and the more that your clients will see that you are their champion as well. The other thing I wanted to mention here, and I haven't spoken about this very much before, but I think that in order to be a hero or an advocate, or to show your clients that you truly are on their side and you truly are championing for their needs, there's a difference between caring for your clients and being in candor with your clients. And what I mean by that is that when you care for your clients, you're very heartfelt, you're very warm and fuzzy, and you're very very nice to them. And you know, that will get you so far in business. But when you can be in candor with them, and what I mean by being candor with your clients is actually saying to them, look, you know, is it okay if I tell you exactly what I'm seeing? Because right now, right here, what I'm seeing, if you continue to go on the way you're going, it's not going to serve you. Or, you know, perhaps if you're a product-based company and they come to you and say, you know, which product do you think I should have? You turn to them and you say to them, well, I know that you know what you need, so let's talk about, you know, the greatest need that you have, and you tell me what it is that you need. You know, so you're getting them to actually answer the question for themselves, but you're getting your clients to really think about taking responsibility, about being accountable, about putting it back onto them. Okay, because you're not there to solve all of their problems. You're there to be their guide and to help them and to provide them with an outstanding product or service. But you're not there to spoon feed them or to baby them. And if you care too much, that can actually get in the way. Now, just bear with me when I'm talking about this, because as I said, it's something I haven't really spoken about before. But caring too much means that you don't call them on their shit. Caring too much means that you pussyfoot around a problem and you don't drill right in and identify what's stopping them, what's getting in their way, what's deterring them from making a decision about their buying purchase, or what's stopping them from actually asking for the sale, or what's stopping them from showing up fully in their divine purpose. That's my job now. I really get that as your champion, that, you know, you really are here to step into a higher place of divine purpose. And the way that you do that is you find this lovely balance between caring for your clients and being in candor with them, and really calling them on their stuff and holding their feet to the fire and saying, actually, this needs to be looked at, because if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. So let's work on what needs to be changed. Especially if you're a coach or you're in the service-based industry, this applies to you. But also, if you're noticing that clients are not paying you on time, if you're noticing you're having certain issues with your clients making decisions around their product, call them on it. Say, oh, I've noticed that this is a bit of a pattern with you. You seem to have a challenge with making decisions. What is it that you need? And let me see if I can help you. So jump in. You know, don't be afraid to make it obvious to your clients what you see, because you're the expert. And what they need is that they need for you to be that to them. They need for you to be that. You know, that you know, give them that wow factor. You know, give them that support. It's one of the things that I absolutely love to do. I absolutely love to be my client's champion. I honestly would not be where I am without me having surrounded myself with coaches. It is, for me now, it is an absolute no-brainer. As I mentioned before, I wouldn't be where I am. I really wouldn't be where I am without having invested in high-level coaching. And you know, there were times when it was scary. You know, it was like, oh my gosh, you know, how am I going to manage this? But that's why you get a coach. You get a coach so that they can help you identify where the money is. Because trust me, there is money in your business. There really truly is money in their business. So I just want to go over with you the what I see as the secret sauce, taking sauce to that next level. Mindset, marketing, and systems. You put those three together, and that becomes almost like your secret weapon. The mindset's got to be in place. I know you know this. Your beliefs have got to be strong. You've got to have some really solid marketing steps in place and have a marketing funnel. If you don't know about marketing funnels, then that's something that I teach in my mastermind program. So listen up, and I'll talk to you about that shortly. And of course, you must have systems. And it's all very well to to try and get through your business on a wing and on a prayer, but systems make it so much easier. Take one system, for example. What's the system that you have for dealing with new clients? That's a system. Sit down and write your email process. Sit down and write your checklist. Sit down and actually connect in with your ideal client and really identify what is it that they need to be able to get from A to B within your business. That's a system. Don't overwhelm yourself with creating these systems. You know what systems are needed in your business. Your job is to go out there and make it happen. Your job too is to consistently expand your business. So if you've got one product and it's working really well, then expand into another. My learning along the way is to always be launching. And in the process of launching, what happens is you put an offer in front of your ideal client, and maybe the first person that comes into your life or your business and comes across a launch, that launch isn't for them. But maybe another one of your products or your services is. Your job is to continue to put it in front of them, and don't be afraid of offending people via email or Facebook or what have you. If they don't want to be on your list, they'll unsubscribe. The key thing for you is to get yourself known and get yourself out there. And you've got to find your money-making system. What is your money-making system? What is the thing that's going to be bringing in you the most money? If you're just starting out, what's the one product or the one service that you know? Remember at the beginning I said to you that there's no challenge that can't be solved by enrolling at least one client or a couple of clients. What's the one thing to start with that you can do to bring in some cash? Is it offering your service as part of a package and putting it out there in front of people? Is it designing a new product? Whatever it is, sit down and ask yourself, and maybe you can do that through your guided writing. Maybe you can come along and ask that on the Mastermind Forum if you decide to launch yourself into that tonight with the offer that I'm about to show you. But the truth is that having a Get More Clients plan is absolutely critical to your success. And I've listened to my clients. I've listened to what they need. I've listened to what's been missing from their lives, and I know that you need a Get More Clients plan. You need support. You need help. You need to know that there is that support group around you of champions that can really be there to help you to shine and step into that full divine purpose. And what's really awesome is that I've been lucky enough to be able to be in business now and find a way that's actually going to be able to support you with what you actually need next, so that you can get on purpose, so you can get it into prosperity, and you can increase that mindset. And what I'm going to show you is this wonderful opportunity that with hand on heart I can honestly tell you is something that I'm incredibly proud of. It's for you. It's with you in mind. It's exciting. It's something that is just for me. This is what I've been dreaming of. This is really just a priceless experience for you to be able to create, and to create what it is you love. To be able to not feel like you're doing it alone. The Soul Intentions Mastermind is going to show you how you get out of your own way, how you get yourself connections, credibility, and surround yourselves with a champion of what I call soul sisterhood, a group of solopreneurs who work for themselves or in the process of stepping into their divine purpose. And we're going to lead you through the path to credibility status. We're going to guide you in exactly how to build your team and to create joint ventures. They're going to put your business on the path to that rapid growth. I'm just so excited to be able to offer this to you, because what this does is this allows you to be able to really step into that full divine purpose of you just being able to really show up. And I've just put that in the pop-in on the side. I don't know if you can see it, but what I've done is we've created a mastermind group where you get to have all of the tools and the resources. You get to have all of the things that you need to tackle your money blocks head on. Within the Soul Intentions Mastermind group, there's actually an entire home study system called Your Money Blueprint, and it's a piece of work I'm incredibly proud of. When I launched it, it sold for $997, and I'm super excited today to be able to say that that's yours for only $7. If you want to trial it, go in and check it out. And as a foundation member, we are just giving you this immensely special price of $7. Why? Because we want you to try it. We want you to check it out. We want you to go in and see if it's for you. But what we want you to know is that there's going to be material and tools and resources released to you week by week that are going to help you. And this is 7 years of resources of my business that the floodgates are going to open. And for those of you who have already joined us in there, you'll see that there's some great resources there already. And we're feeding you more and more in a way that serves you. So your money blueprint is going to teach you all about your money personality, about what it is that's getting in your way around money, around your money strategies and your money stories, and also giving you some of that money-making systems I spoke about. That's just an example of one of the resources that's in there. There's ones to help you get clear, and then of course there's the Facebook forum, which we've already reached 100 people, and it's just absolutely going off, and I'm so excited to see the way that the business owners within this group, or those stepping into their purpose, are connecting in and liking each other's pages and giving each other support and helping each other with challenges. It's really, really exciting. So the cool thing about the Soul Intentions Business Mastermind is it's my baby, my gift to you, my years of experience and expertise, and we are only offering it to you for $7. And this is for tonight only. We were supposed to have called the special off last night, but we well, actually, Lara, my marketing manager, twisted my arm and said, hey, how about we do this for the webinar as well? So, it's my thank you to you for coming on board to the webinar tonight. I wanted to extend this to you. After tonight, it's going up to $77 a month, which is, you'll be charged $7 for the trial month, and then after a month has passed by, it will go up to $77 a month. I promise you that there is more than $77 worth of resources to help you build your business. And I've built this resource for the very purpose of you being able to step into a place of absolute divine purpose for you and your business. At $7, I'd really like to think that it's an absolute no-brainer for you if you're serious actually about stepping into your divine purpose and growing your business and getting that support. This is all of the information that I wish I'd had at my fingertips when I was first getting started in my business. As I mentioned before, the forum itself, that in itself has been worth its weight in gold too. And the intention of the forum is to be able to have you, each of you, be sharing resources and tools that are working for you in your business, so it can shortcut your experience. And also, what I'm already noticing in the forum too is joint ventures are being created where people are looking at doing business together, which is cool. So it's just such a fantastic opportunity for you guys. I want to help you get more money, get those marketing tips, and get get the flow happening for you. So that's what I have to offer you tonight. Just to do a bit of a recap for you. If I can just bring up the last screen there. No, that's not the one I meant. Bear with me. I did say to you that I was learning, right? Hang on a minute. Oh, isn't it funny? I get to the last screen, and that's where I'm becoming technologically challenged. At least you can tell that I am doing it myself, right? I got my support team behind the scene, which is awesome. So your job is position yourself and your services so that you can attract potential clients, and more than anything, be in that place of being, be productive, be profitable, and be purposeful, and give yourself permission to do that. If you follow these steps that I've taught you tonight, if you surround yourself with the kind of ideal clients that you love working with, you build connections with them, if you allow yourself to be in that place of connecting with yourself and with Source, if you go out there and you build credibility with your clients by focusing on their needs and answering their challenges, by launching products and services that meet those needs and putting an offer in front of them. And if you surround yourself with champions, with people who get you, who adore you, who love you, who support you, but who will hold your feet to the fire, with coaches or mentors or mastermind groups that has been proven to be successful, certainly in my life, you can't help but win. And that, my friends, is what my greatest love is showing you as a business owner how to build your business, how to step into your purpose in a way where it's a win-win-win. Win for you, a win for your client, and a win for me, because it brings a smile to my face when I see my clients have success. So what I'd love to do now is I'd love to know if you have any questions. I'm here, and Lara is going to, I'm just going to check my messages, so just bear with me for a moment to see if we've got any questions. Fantastic. Okay, so let me just look at here. So someone was just asking about the free session that I offer, or that my high suggestion is that you offer into your group. So the key is that my greatest suggestion for you to get yourself in front of your ideal clients is to go and offer your services to speak about your product. Or to get yourself somehow into an environment where there's a large body of people. That's going to grow your audience the fastest. And how did I start? I started off by being at an expo, and we have fabulous expos that are obviously on all the time. One of the ones that I've created some fabulous relationships from is the Wellfest Expo, which is held in Auckland once a year, and so look out for Wellfest, and that's a great place for you to get started. If you're in New Zealand, if you're abroad, then look for an expo or an event or a conference in your industry, and then have a prize draw on the table, and people can put their names in, and they can go on the draw to win. And what they go on the draw to win is a complimentary session. And then suddenly you've got all of these names of people that you could just draw a whole bunch of people out to have complimentary sessions, right? Because what you really want to do is you really want to connect in with people and find out what their needs are, and find out how you can be of service. Not necessarily to sell them something, remember that. You know, they're not always going to buy on the first round. Please be okay with that. They're building a rapport with you and you with them. So let go of you having to close a sale in that first instance. You've got to find out more about them to see if you're a fit first. So that's how you would actually offer your complimentary strategy session or your consultation to a group of people. Would be an expo, or otherwise, you know, go ahead and do it one-on-one if you have people that come in through, say, Facebook or through referrals. I hope that's helped you with your question. Awesome. Fantastic. So when it comes to the just looking at another question over here. Fantastic. So for you, if you're just starting out in business, that's a really good strategy for you to do. And of course, if you are in the retail sector, then one of the great things that works these days is to use Facebook to do a giveaway, to get people to like your page and to give something away and get people to refer your page. So what I would be doing if I were you, if I'm in the retail sector, is I would be looking at creating a really strong social media strategy. And you don't have to pay an absolute fortune for that to happen. There's some really great research that you can find online. In fact, one of the people that I use is Amy Porterfield. She's got some great Facebook training, or otherwise Kellen Rush. She's also got some great Facebook training to show you how to build your business. And that can go across the retail, so the offline and the online services. Of course, in the retail industry, the number one thing is that you are providing a level of customer service that's beyond compare, so to speak. And one of the things that I have found has been really helpful, I've got someone who's asked a question about, what's my number one tip that I would love to share that I haven't already shared. And it would be this. It would be that when it comes to creating some kind of a wow for your clients, the question I'm going to ask you is, what is your wow? What is the thing that you are offering your clients that sets you apart from anybody else in your industry? So how are you taking care of them? How are you reaching out to them? I was talking to a client the other day, and they just bought a new car. And in the back seat of the car was this beautiful basket filled with goodies and a lovely little handwritten note that was just simply in the back of the car. And of course, what does that do? Is it creates a real wow. It creates a real something special. And speaking of cars, another example is when you go to your garage to have your car serviced, and they clean it for you as well. Now, that's not something that most car repair shops do, but it's one that I've had experience with, and it was just one of those absolute wows. So my question to you, and hopefully it'll trigger something for you in answering that question, is what wow thing can you offer? Is it a handwritten note? Is it a phone call? Is it a gift? Is it vouchers? Is it tickets to their favourite show? Is it subscriptions to their favourite magazines? When you want to do something that is special and different for your client, what's the wow that you are offering them? Awesome. I hope that's helped you. Awesome, fantastic. So just wonder, beautiful. Okay, so Lara, my email's closed, so go ahead and send anything to me in a text. That would be absolutely fantastic. So it gives you a wonderful chance to answer any more questions. It's great to see you guys introducing yourself and to be really connecting in, just making sure. Okay, so good question that's come up from Heather. Finding premises on a tight budget or building a list with an e-newsletter. So you want to be building your clientele. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Is that you've got to have people to sell to. So what could you be doing? You could be either starting your online strategy and getting yourself credible online, or you could start attending networking events. Or, as I mentioned before, get yourself along to an expo and get yourself in front of a large group of people, offer to speak. And I know that for many of you that speaking is something that is like the last thing that you'd think of. But I tell you what, you can get yourself in front of a group of people who you don't have to organise the room. You speak on someone else's stage, or at a Chamber of Commerce event, or you speak at a women's event or a networking event, or some kind of an organisation where they're looking for speakers. For example, a lot of these network marketing companies, they're always looking for speakers. They say Rotary are always looking, in Lions Club, but I've never gone down that route. I prefer to stay within my sector. But you've got to start building that list, Heather, and by building the list, you can start building a rapport. You can start finding out what their needs are, and then from there you can start really connecting into clients and finding out what it is that they really need. So you can, when you launch your business, that you've got a tight group of clients that can go out and there and be almost like your word of mouth referral. So I hope that helps. Fantastic. Cool. Awesome. And you should, to answer another question around newsletters, you need to be communicating with your list at least once every 90 days. If you're not communicating with your list after 90 days, they've pretty much forgotten about you. A newsletter is a fantastic way to stay in touch. Yes, it does take a commitment to putting it together, but it's absolutely well worth it. You can include all sorts of information, free giveaways, and actually that comes back to another question that before about sent through to me in regards to my philosophy on on giving stuff away. I absolutely believe you should be giving stuff away. This is what I'm doing this tonight. So it's a free giveaway, and it allows you people to connect in, right, with me and get to know me and decide if you want to be part of this. If you want to be part of this $7 mastermind group, you know, to trial it and to see if it's your cup of tea. And the key is literally always be creating something that you can give away for free. I'm always creating audios, I'm always creating blogs, I'm always creating Facebook posts. I'm always, at the moment, I'm creating video. I'm writing ebooks. I'm always doing something to continue to educate and inspire my audience. I'm also a great believer of putting on workshops, for example, if you're in a service-based industry, hiring Hall and advertising on Eventbrite about your expertise, but speaking to your audience in a way that serves them, not you, them. Right? So if you're in the personal training industry, as that example before, you need to be making sure that the questions that you ask your clients in the marketing material actually serves them. Are you tired of working out and not seeing the results? Do you need more motivation and inspiration with your exercise? Are you looking for a group of like-minded people to help hold your feet to the fire to reach your weight and fitness goals? Come along to my 1-hour presentation and let me show you how you too can learn how to get more fitness and fun out of your life. Right? So that's just an example for you of what you can do to target your ideal audience. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, you must be targeting your ideal target audience. Awesome. Okay, cool. So if you guys have any more questions, then feel free to, oh, hang on, I've got one more question here. When you have a really narrow niche, what would you suggest is the best techniques for getting out there and making connections? Well, I have to say, if you've got a really narrow niche, you're jolly lucky because you haven't got as many places to market. So first of all, take my advice and find out what their greatest need is. Even if it means you get a focus group of that ideal client group, and you get 4 or 5 of them in a room, and you say, look, come over and we'll have we'll have green tea and fruit, or we'll have coffee and cake, whatever your niche you're into, and ask them what's their greatest need. What is it that you need? What would help you moving forward? And what are you out there looking for? And what that will do is it will give you an indication as to what your ideal clients would potentially buy from you. And ideally a focus group would be 5 to 8, but if you can only get 4 people together, then just do that. I did that in the beginning, and it was so helpful. They gave me ideas that I really didn't, I didn't know that people wanted in this particular industry at the time. So have your focus group, and then from there build your plan. And if they've said to you what they need is a mastermind group, then start a mastermind group. If they've told you what they need is a video series to help them through, then make a video series. If they've told you that they need checklists and they need templates and they need resources, get busy. Do what they want you to do. Answer their prayer. And show them that you've got their back. Be their hero, be their advocate, speak for them and speak your truth on the topic, and make sure you put their offer in front of them that is desirable for them. I hope that helps. Beautiful. Awesome. Great. All right, team, it's been an absolute pleasure to spend time with you on this webinar. I hope that you've gained something from it. And it has been helpful for you in many ways. My heartfelt thank you to you for giving up your time just now and educating yourself. As I said before, it is all about you educating yourself. It's about you showing up, and it's about you doing the work. Why? So that you can live your dream. Because success comes to those who are willing to do what others are not willing to do. That's the difference between us who are here on this webinar and watching it, and those others who have stayed home and watched TV and are not making good use of their time. We know what it's like to sacrifice because we've done it, and we're willing to do it to make our dreams come true. I'm Catherine Newton, and it is an absolute pleasure to have spent this time with you. I invite you to go ahead and make a comment. And if there's any other questions or anything I can do to support you, then please do let me know. Visit my Facebook page, and I'll see you over there. In the meantime, I'm Catherine Newton. My greatest passion is helping you prepare for your success. Goodbye.